Bruce Banner, Earth 616, aka The Hulk Complete Comic Series Part 2. Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four developed a cure for Banner's condition that worked to a degree. Banner gained the ability to transform into the Hulk at will while maintaining his intelligence. Vowing to never become the Hulk again, Banner proposed to Betty, who accepted sadly. The leader recruited the Rhino and fired a gamma ray during Bruce and Betty's wedding, again causing Banner to turn into the Hulk. The Hulk clashed with the Rhino and the leader, hospitalizing General Ross and destroying his home. The Hulk escaped, and Glenn Talbot vowed to Betty that he would destroy the Hulk. Returning to the desert, the Hulk was sought out by the X-Men who were seeking one of Banner's inventions that could heal their injured leader, Professor X. Although they briefly clashed, Banner returned long enough to give the X-Men what they needed to save their leader. Banner agreed to work with Glenn Talbot to try and stop a radioactive comet threatening Earth. This meteor turned out to be the Absorbing Man, whom the Hulk defeated. Banner's body was captured by a cult that sought to release their demonic masters, the Undying Ones. The Hulk was sent into the realm of the Nightcrawler along with Barbara Norris. Doctor Strange came to the Hulk's aid to stop the Undying Ones. Barbara Norris sacrificed herself so that the two heroes could escape. The Hulk once again became a pawn in the ongoing war between Tyrannus and the Mole Man. This time Tyrannus attempted to win the Hulk's cooperation by making him befriend his robot Mogul. When the Hulk learned that the creature was really a robot, he considered it a betrayal and destroyed him, and left Tyrannus' realm trying to get the surface. The Hulk nearly caused a massive earthquake by affecting fault lines on the west coast, leading to a clash with his old team, the Avengers. The Hulk was targeted by the leader who revived the Glob and sent him after the Hulk in a plot that ultimately ended in failure. Rick Jones sought out his old friend to find a way to separate himself from the Kree soldier Captain Marvel, but a student protest set Banner off, leading to a clash with Captain Marvel. Another former colleague, Dr. Raoul Stoddard, succeeded in splitting the Hulk from Banner, sending the Hulk on a rampage to destroy Banner. The Hulk fled the military and hid out in the slums of Los Angeles and befriended the young Jim Wilson while Banner, the military, and Iron Man attempted to track down the Hulk in order to remerge Banner and the Hulk. After again merging the Hulk with Banner, the military asked Jim Wilson to stay with them to keep the Hulk under control. Wilson was also targeted by the terrorist organization Hydra, who also sought to control the Hulk. This plot ended in failure, however. Jim was seriously injured. Betty Ross suffered a nervous breakdown from the stress of dealing with Banner's double life as the Hulk. The Hulk ended up in the nation of Morvania and helped the Resistance remove its dictator, Vaslav Draxon. Trapped in the future and seeking revenge against the Avengers, Kong the Conqueror sent the Hulk back in time to World War I to kill the Phantom Eagle. The Hulk foiled this plot and successfully returned to his own time. The Hulk and the Abomination were enslaved by Zaran and traveled the stars to hunt down and kill the creature known as Klaatu. Although the Abomination attempted to kill the Banner/Hulk, the crew's captain Cyber seemingly slayed Klaatu. The Hulk and the Abomination clashed, sending them crashing back to Earth. The Hulk clashed with the Sandman, who tried to force a blood transfusion with Betty to stop himself from turning into glass. The defeated Sandman lost in a whirlpool, while Betty was transformed into glass as a result of the transfusion. In the South American nation of San Diablo, the Hulk and the Silver Surfer were recruited by the Submariner into a group called the Titans 3 to destroy a weather control device that threatened Earth. This led to a clash with the Avengers until the Submariner's scientist Inithon could repair a flaw in the device. Confused, the Hulk fled the scene. The leader sought to exert the Hulk to the point where the monster would die of a heart attack. He created psycho-projections and led him towards the hospital where Betty Ross was, threatening to shatter Betty's fragile glass form. Thanks to interference from Jim Wilson, the leader's plot was foiled. The Hulk was captured by the military with aid from Mr. Fantastic and Charles Xavier. However, he was teleported away by the insectoid Cyclops. Cyclops sought to shrink the Hulk down in size and use him as a power source to bring his masters, the Dark Gods, to Earth. The Avengers interrupted, causing the Hulk to shrink out of sight and get transported to the microverse world of Kai. On Kai, the Banner persona was restored, and the Hulk joined a rebellion led by Jarella against the evil warlord Vizes. The Hulk and Jarella formed a relationship and they were prepared to wed when Cyclops found the Hulk and brought him back to Earth. With his savage state restored, Cyclops' base was smashed and the Hulk escaped. With vague memories of his adventure on Kai, Banner was taken back to the military when psychiatrist Leonard Samson came up with a dual solution for curing Banner and restoring Betty to human form. Samson was successful in this, however, he used the siphoned gamma radiation to mutate himself into a gamma Spondydonus. Samson romanced Betty Ross, making Banner so jealous that he purposely bombarded himself with gamma radiation and again became the Hulk to fight Doc Samson. When Betty vocalized concern for Samson over the Hulk fled the scene. The Hulk became the new pet project of the Parrington family. The Hulk was targeted by the Enchantress, who turned the Parringtons' daughter Samantha into a host for Valkyrie to battle the Hulk. The plot ended in failure and Samantha reverted to normal. His next rampage through New York made Banner the subject of a military manhunt. He was rescued by Dr. Doom, who smuggled Banner into Latveria in order to exploit his brilliant mind and then sent the Hulk out with a bomb in order to annex neighboring countries into Latveria. This was opposed by Doom's childhood love Valeria, and led to a battle between Doom and the Hulk. The Hulk fled when he realized Valeria could have been harmed if the fight continued. Doctor Strange recruited the Hulk, the Submariner, and the Silver Surfer to stop Yandrith from setting his Omegatron to destroy Earth. They formed a loose-knit team of heroes known as the Defenders. The Hulk answered a call from the Avengers to help to stop Ares and the Enchantress from fulfilling a prophecy that would have given him mastery over the entire world. 130 The Hulk later ended up in Egypt, where he was talked into taking a part in a movie being filmed there. Banner was fired from the movie set and was caught in the middle of the Horus-Ian's Godspawn battle, destroying their champion, the Colossus. The U.S. military-built project, Greenskin, aka Hulkbuster Base, as a specialized facility to capture the Hulk. Upon its construction, General Ross was replaced with a robot by the leader. The leader was disguised as Glenn Talbot in the hopes of not only destroying the Hulk, but replacing the president and vice president with robot duplicates. The Hulk foiled the leader's plot, and in the aftermath of the battle, Doc Samson lost his powers. The Hulk fled into the desert, briefly encountering a mirage city that would vanish as quickly as it appeared. The Hulk was again captured by the military and cured by Peter Corbeau. Jarella transported herself to Earth to seek the Hulk. She was followed by an assassin sent by Lord Vizes. To save her, Banner re-exposed himself to gamma radiation and again became the Hulk. When it was determined that Jarella's presence on Earth risked the planet's destruction, Jarella willingly returned to Kai-134. Sedated at Project Greenskin, the Hulk battled the High Evolutionaries' exiled new man, the Inheritor, when the creature came seeking radiation to prolong its evolved state. 135 When the Hulk came across Lorna Dane, he confused her for Jarella and captured her. Lorna was saved by her fellow X-Man, Havoc. Betty heard Bruce calling out for Jarella, prompting her to begin a romance with Glenn Talbot. Banner sought out Henry Pym in Washington, D.C. to find a means to shrink small enough to return to Jarella's world. There, Banner learned Pym's talk had been cancelled. This enraged him so much that he transformed into the Hulk, who went on a rampage. The Hulk ultimately saved Washington from Senator Morton Klegstead, who, while trying to find a cure for cancer via gamma radiation, had mutated into a massive pile of ooze. Returning to the Nevada desert, the Hulk was captured by Project Greenskin and SHIELD. Banner was put on trial for the Hulk's rampage in Washington, D.C. Lawyer Matt Murdock, secretly Daredevil, represented Banner. It seemed likely that the Hulk would be sentenced to death until Reed Richards offered to try and cure Banner with his Negagamma gun. However, this only strengthened the Hulk further, allowing him to escape. The Hulk broke into Pym's lab and consumed one of his shrinking formulas. This caused him to shrink to miniature size, and he was captured by the Chameleon, who was then working for Hydra. The Hulk attempted to escape Hydra's clutches with the help of Ant-Man. However, the unstable formula shrank him down to the microverse 140. As he shrank down to size, he ruined the fantasy world created by the Shaper of Worlds for the former Nazi Kronsteig. Finally reaching Jarella's world, the Hulk, with Banner's intellect restored, again helped Jarella overthrow Vizes. Pym's formula then wore off, sending him back to Earth. The Hulk was reunited with his fellow Defenders fighting Dormammu in Rutland, Vermont, stopping Zemu the Titan's attempt to change children into members of his long-dead race, and lastly foiling a plot by Necrodamus to sacrifice the Submariner in order to free the Undying Ones. The Hulk was reunited with Jim Wilson, after which he learned of Betty's coming marriage to Glenn Talbot. He was forced to battle a leader-controlled Rhino. The Rhino and the Hulk were launched into space and ended up on the High Evolutionaries' Counter-Earth, where they were embroiled in a battle between the new men. During this adventure the Hulk met Counter-Earth's Bruce Banner, who was married to Betty Ross and had a son, Bruce Jr. The conflict ended with the Hulk and the Rhino being shot back to their own Earth with their ship blasted out of the sky en route to Earth. General Ross forced the Abomination to go out and keep the Hulk away from Betty and Glenn's wedding. The Abomination lost the fight, but he succeeded in his task. Learning that Betty was heading to Niagara Falls, he pursued her. The Hulk got sidetracked when he was recruited by Doctor Strange to rejoin the Defenders in searching for the Silver Surfer. Clashing with Kali Zuma, the group ended up in the realm of the Undying One, battling their leader the Nameless One and rescuing Barbara Norris. They next clashed with the Enchantress and Executioner, ending with Barbara being revived as the Valkyrie. The Defenders were then called to clash with the Omegatron, which, with the Valkyrie's aid, they destroyed. One day Banner went to visit his beloved cousin, Jennifer Walters, who had become a Los Angeles-based lawyer. At that time Walters had been defending a hood named Lou Monkton, whom gangster Nicholas Trask had framed for murder. While Walters drove Banner to her home, one of Trask's henchmen shot her. To save his cousin's life, Banner improvised an emergency blood transfusion. The transfusion of Banner's blood mutated Walters, causing her to become the She-Hulk. Leonard Sampson captured the Hulk and succeeded in separating Banner's psyche and atomic structure from the larger atomic structure of the Hulk. The Hulk's body, with all personality and memory removed, was inert until Samson stimulated the brain within the body. This new incarnation of the Hulk escaped and became a greater menace than ever before. Banner became leader of a new Hulkbusters task force which he headed from Gamma Base. Banner finally married Betty Ross, believing himself free of the curse of the Hulk during the honeymoon. Bruce became gravely ill and was hospitalized due to his separation from the Hulk. Bruce's body began to lose molecular cohesion. The Hulk's body soon followed suit and he was defeated by the Avengers with the aid of the synthezoid known as the Vision. Bruce was remerged with the Hulk. The original Hulk persona assumed control of the body. However, the reintegration was unstable, and an attempt to stabilize, and possibly cure, Bruce in a nutrient tank resulted in the Hulk returning to his original grey incarnation who only manifested at night. Rick Jones absorbed the excess gamma radiation and became a light green Hulk-like creature when he was pushed into the nutrient bath by General Ross, who was attempting to sabotage the experiment and kill the Hulk. Bruce reasoned the best way to cure Rick was to use the machine from the Hulk's cave to change himself into the Hulk. Little did he know that this was a subliminal suggestion placed by the Hulk himself, who, once free, smashed the machine to avoid turning back into Banner. Complicating matters, the leader arrived, having followed the Hulk in hopes of regaining his faded intellect. When he found the machine destroyed, the leader made a deal with the now smarter Hulk to transfer Rick Jones' gamma radiation into himself. Shortly after, a dishonored Thaddeus Ross managed to take control of the energy creature Zax. When Ross and Jones were defeated and the radiation energy was transferred from Jones, the lab exploded, allowing all concerned to believe the leader dead. Little did either the Hulk nor Banner know that the leader had survived, and sent the vampiric half-life after him. The Hulk tore off Half-Life's limbs close to daybreak before the villain could pull himself together. The SHIELD Council decided they had enough gamma bombs so that Banner was no longer required and ordered Agent Quartermain to murder him. The mutant bounty hunter's X-Factor managed to locate the Hulk and freeze him in place before placing a call to SHIELD. After transporting the Hulk back to Gamma Base, Quartermain went against the orders of the Council before blowing up several large explosive charges that wiped out Gamma Base. Quartermain took Banner and Rick Jones away from SHIELD. While on the way to the government stash of gamma bombs, Betty Banner was released from the leader's captivity to help stall them. She revealed that she was pregnant with Banner's child. The Hulk decided to keep Betty safe, despite her being Bruce Banner's wife, not his. The quartet made their way to the government facility, but they found out too late that the leader's henchmen Rock and Redeemer had already taken a gamma bomb. When the leader detonated the gamma bomb in Middletown with the Hulk at Ground Zero, the Hulk was assumed to be dead. In reality, the Hulk had been transported to Jarella's world moments before the detonation. There, the Hulk helped a group of minor wizards to overthrow the Grand Inquisitor in return for a spell which was promised to rid him of Bruce Banner for good. When the Hulk returned to Earth, he took a job as an enforcer at a casino. Calling himself Mr. Fix-It, the Hulk spent several months without reverting to human form. It was during this time that he met and dated Marlo Chandler, who would one day marry Rick Jones. Banner eventually returned and the Hulk's life as Mr. Fix-It soon came to an end through the machinations of the Magi. Banner found Betty working in a convent when he was attacked by Prometheus, an agent of a team called the Pantheon. The stress and anger of being unable to get to Betty caused the Savage Hulk persona to resurface and sent Bruce's psyche into turmoil. The Grey Hulk managed to keep the Green behind a mental door, but knew that since he had been unleashed once, it was only a matter of time before the Savage Hulk would take over. When the Hulk was needed to fight the Super Skrull, the Grey Hulk convinced Banner to bring him out instead of the Savage Hulk. The Grey Hulk managed to outsmart the Super Skrull and managed to save Betty. Inside Banner's mind, the Grey Hulk and the Green Hulk were fighting for dominance. Through hypnosis, Samson created the Green Intelligent Merged Hulk, an integration of Banner's separate personalities.